After almost 3 whole weeks since my last dedicated landscape photography trip, I can't wait to hit the road again. So much so that I've spent hours planning routes and checking forecasts and making sure I have everything that I need. I love planning these sorts of trips. It gets me excited about the prospect of spending time in the great outdoors and stepping into the unknown. The agenda for the next couple of days is a wild camp in the Welsh mountains. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a seasoned wild camper, nor have I spent much time in Wales with my camera. However, these unfamiliarities are exactly what I need to rekindle my passion for the outdoors and for landscape photography. Wild camping and landscape photography really do go hand in hand. The prospect of sunset, sunrise and 2 golden hours, all from an unimaginable location, really does give you a wonderful opportunity to capture some epic landscape photographs.
Oh. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It is so wonderful to see you all again. Now, before I get into anything, I wanted to say thank you to you guys. I've said it in the past on more than one occasion, but I wanted to say it again, and I hope that's okay. Now, I had some wonderful support from you guys whilst I was in New Zealand making these videos and doing my landscape photography, and it really does mean a lot. It's quite ironic really, because I make these videos to try and inspire people to get out with the cameras, just to get into the outdoors. But however, I get really inspired by your comments and messages that people send me on Instagram and stuff. It really is amazing, and yeah, it's ironic because it inspires me even more to get out. So it's a good cycle, let's put it that way. But anyway, I'm back in the UK and had a wonderful time in New Zealand. Fantastic 2 years. Bali was class. Absolutely amazing. We rented scooters. We went around on them for ages. We got out the touristy areas. The landscapes were incredible there. However, I didn't do any landscape photography. I didn't even take one photograph. Never even thought about making a vlog. Looking forward to getting back into it in the UK. Today we're in Snowdonia, and this is somewhere that I've definitely never been here to do photography. I don't think I've ever done any hikes here. I've only ever stayed around the fringes of the national park, and I've driven through it loads. So I'm really excited today. I'm hiking up to a summit called Ugan. So fairly short hike, but I'm going to do a wild camp at the top. So forecast is good. And I'm going to stay optimistic. Obviously it's not looking too good at the minute. Behind us should be a beautiful lake. We should be getting some gorgeous views already, but yeah. I mean, it's not looking the best, but I'm going to stay optimistic because I'm pretty sure this is just a little bit of fog, some really low cloud. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a spot of wild camping and hopefully some good photography as well. As always, we shall see. But yeah, without further ado, let's go and explore. Once I can get this bag on my back, it's a beast. There we go. Wow, this is an absolute beast of a hike. It's definitely made all the more harder by having this bag on my back. I think it's about 17 kilos, which, yeah, I don't actually think that's too bad, but Jesus, this is like a vertical ascent. It's fun, but very difficult. And the annoying thing is, when you have such a hard hike like this, usually you're rewarded with gorgeous views as you get higher and higher, but not in this case, unfortunately. But I'm going to keep the old fingers crossed. Still feeling optimistic. I just checked the forecast there on the old windy app, and yeah, it's still saying should be all right. It says there should be a bit of fog. Hopefully this all lifts soon enough. Yeah, onwards and upwards to the summit. Whoa, so made it to the top. Whoa, made it to the summit just about. Wow, what an incredible hike. As you can see, visibility still is not great, but the clouds are coming and going. We have had a few snippets of really nice views down towards the lake where we started the hike, which is good. So yeah, still going to keep the fingers crossed that it clears up a little bit for us for sunset, which is probably in about an hour or an hour and a half's time. So yeah, we do still have a little bit of time. Hopefully that can happen, but yeah, for now I'm gonna head back down the summit a little bit and try and find somewhere to set up the tent for the night. So yeah, let's go. We're all set up. Look at that. Would you believe it? That was quite quick. I've only set it up once, and it's easy enough. I mean, it's only a one-man tent, but yeah, pretty quick for me. So yeah, about 40 minutes till sunset. I mean, it's not looking good. There's quite a lot of cloud cover. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make something to eat now, either way. If we do get a nice sunset, I'm kind of prepared for one of two compositions. I'm either going to shoot wide, get the wide angle out, 11mm, and just shoot this whole scene. It's beautiful. I don't mind doing that. I think it'll make for a wonderful shot. Or I'm going to scrap that idea completely, put my 18 to 55 kit lens on, zoom in at 55mm at these gorgeous mountains here. We've got some fantastic layers. From what I can see here, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 or 9 layers all the way back there, which is just incredible. Maybe if I've got time, if it's nice enough, maybe I'll do both, I don't know. But yeah, for now I'm going to make something to eat again, and just kind of sit it out, see what happens. Good morning. Sunset was rubbish. Sunrise at this stage is looking even worse, to be honest. All the sort of low clouds seem to have come back in. I've checked the forecast, it's not looking good. Oh dear. I'm going to get the tent packed up, get myself back up to the summit, where last night there seemed to be one or two potentially good compositions. Yeah, and just probably at this stage just hope we get a little bit of a gap in the clouds for 2 seconds so I can actually take a photograph whilst I'm up here. So yeah, not the best, but I'll see you at the summit. Alright, back at the summit. Well, not really the summit, I've come down a little bit because that's where the sort of nice viewpoints were last night anyway. But there's the view this morning. Absolute zilch. Yeah, got about 5 meters visibility. Pretty disappointed, if I'm being honest. Bit of a downer. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to, sunset's in about 10 minutes, sunrise is in about 10 minutes, sorry. I'm not going to wait here, absolute waste of time. What I am going to do, I'm going to head down the track, back down towards the start. I think it's about 2.5 hours to the start. But I am going to keep an eye out for compositions on the way down. There's a couple of lakes, so there might be an opportunity to get something a little bit abstract in this weather. I am really going to try my best to work with it instead of just letting it beat me. But yeah, won't be getting the beautiful summit vista shots that I suppose I kind of came here for, which is a bit rubbish, but yeah, can't win them all. And this is real, this is landscape photography, this is what happens bloody more often than not, to be honest. So yeah, I suppose even for that reason it's good to show you guys. Anyway, I'm going to head down a little bit, probably stop somewhere, make some breakfast. I've got the old sausage and beans. Yeah, get down to the lake, see if I can find something a little bit abstract. Sweet. Okay, so we're down at the lake Llyn Idwal, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Visibility has come back a little bit, which is good. It's quite nice to be able to see, you know, quite a big deal. I've got a little bit of an image in mind here. We've got this little sort of islet here that jits out into the lake itself, and then Ugarn in the background with a little bit of low-lying cloud, which is actually helping, considering we're not up in it at this stage. So yeah, before I get into the image, I just wanted to show you my setup a little bit. It's only going to be a minute or two. I'm not going to do a full-on what's in my bag video or anything like that. It's just something that I've been mulling over for a while, trying to get the right setup for wild camping and all my landscape photography gear, my drone included. So I just thought it might be of interest to one or two of you. This is obviously not a photography rucksack or hiking bag. You can get them. I think Low Pro do some really good ones. F-Stop is another really good brand. But I didn't want the restriction of having a photography bag. I wanted like a normal hiking bag that I suppose I've kind of customized to my needs, which is exactly what I've done here really. So basically, most hiking bags, I suppose, have this smaller compartment here at the bottom, which is for your sleeping bag and stuff usually, I think. Basically all I did was measure out this compartment and then search on Amazon for these inserts. This one was about 25 quid. This one's probably a good one to fit most hiking bags. They're probably all a similar enough size. I'll put a link to this one in my description, but if you want this sort of setup, I'll do the same. Take out the measurements and just search on Amazon for inserts like this that, you know, match your measurements. And this one, to be honest, was touch and go when I bought it, to whether or not it was going to fit, but I got it and turns out it fits perfectly. But yeah, I've got everything in here: my camera, obviously, my filters, my drone, spare drone batteries, bloody spare lens, chargers, stuff like that, cables, and then this small pocket here which has got a few more spare batteries, intervalometer, cloths, yeah, a few smaller bits. But I think if I could give you guys any bit of advice for, you know, trying to get a setup like this, especially if it's for wild camping and photography, you've got a hell of a lot of gear, is don't strive for perfection, because you're never going to get it. There isn't a perfect setup. You have to try and find what's best for you, and this is kind of what I've managed to do here. Yeah, it's the same with photography gear. If you're just trying to find perfection all the time, you're never going to get there. You're going to end up spending loads of money just going around in circles, and even if you do get everything that you want, you're going to end up getting to a stage where you just want to upgrade it all. So yeah, don't let it ever get to a point where you won't actually go out and wild camp, because I think that would be the biggest tragedy. As long as you've got enough to be safe, to have a safe adventure, and definitely get out and enjoy it. But yeah, pretty happy with that setup. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be my only image of the whole trip, of the whole 2 days, and it's not even going to be sunset or sunrise, which is a little bit of a shame. But at this stage, I'm just happy that I'm going to be able to get my camera out, I think. So yeah, I'm going to get myself set up here and get this image in the bag. You know what? This image is going to be alright, actually. I'm happy with it. Before I get into it, I wanted to talk a little bit about this adventure. I think I might have made a little bit of an error, a little bit of a misjudgment perhaps. All the images that I wanted to get here yesterday and this morning were at the summit of Ugar, and I wanted to get some classic summit shots, really. Maybe a panorama, a couple of shots using my wide angle, maybe a little bit of playing around with the zoom on my 18-55, seeing what I could get. But I don't want to say I over-planned, but I think I came on this adventure a little bit sort of closed-minded with regards to my photography. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I would never have thought this yesterday, because I had my heart and my head set on the images that I wanted to get at the top. Obviously, I didn't know that the weather was going to be so rubbish for us, but yeah, I think I'll take a lot from this adventure. I've learned, you know, it's not a good idea to come with a closed mind, and there was definitely potential for some good photographs yesterday. Even though the light wasn't great, it was still quite flat. We definitely had times where there was decent visibility, so yeah, I think I'll learn quite a lot from this adventure, like I say. Keep your options open, I suppose, with photography. Anyway, this image, like I say, it's going to be quite nice. F11 ISO 100. I've got my 6-stop filter on. I've got my polarizer on, I should say first, which is getting rid of all the glare on this lake, which is lovely, cutting through the water and capturing some of the rocks underneath. And then the 6-stop is giving me a shutter speed of about 30 seconds, which is, like I've mentioned loads in the past, just smoothing out the water, making the image really, because there is not much light. Composition wise, we've got this gorgeous sort of set of rocks here that lead out into this little islet, or just rock there in the lake. It's got some gorgeous sort of red plants on it, which really sort of helping to add a little bit of colour contrast in this otherwise pretty flat scene. And then the mountain or the summit, I suppose, if you could see it through the clouds of Ugar in the background, and then another peak there on the right hand side. Little bit of cloud cover, which is helping to add a little bit of drama to the image as well. But yeah, I've took a couple of shots and they're looking pretty decent on the back of the camera. Oh, so that's the end of this adventure. slightly disappointing. I don't really like saying that, but always worth it. What an incredible place, Snowdonia. I shall definitely be returning here very soon. But yeah, definitely learned a lot from this trip, both photography and wild camping. I think I definitely feel a lot more confident to come out and do this sort of thing again. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Great to be back. Great to see you all again. Please comment. Let me know if you want to see more of this sort of thing, I suppose. And I shall see you guys next week on a next adventure. Out.